Hello, welcome back to Doin Me.
So I don't read you.
Hello, welcome back, guys. It's us, Hertis.
And Tiffitooltime.
Yes, so, we kind of missed a week. We've been a little bit busy. Little entertainment has been happening with our lives. So, we're going to spill and see what's happening. So Tiffany, what did you do these past 2 days?
Oh, well, these past 2 days has been interesting. Well, I went and saw the Atlanta United, but we'll talk about that later on. But the past week, when you said been busy, yes, I had a couple of sets for my comedy sets.
Nice. So let's dive into that. I know you had two that you did. So let's start with the first one.
Yeah, so there was a comedy that they're starting at the club Lore. Lore is a new club. I mentioned we talked about this last time.
Yes, we did.
And they have so much stuff going on, and it is amazing for everyone, and especially, for queer community. So this one was very clever because it was an all-woman comedy, Mike, and queer. And you rarely get that. I'm always having to do comedies with straight dicks all the time.
That is true.
You
Since I've been a couple I came to, yeah, that is, or the videos I saw, yeah.
There's hardly any women, and there's hardly any people that's queer. And there's also I got the three categories: Black, woman, and queer, because they're going to notice my blackness first, then women, then they eventually find out that I'm queer. But it went well. And then I had another one that following week, which was different. It was hosted at a location where people can still like eat and drink at the time, but it was a cool experience. I got a lot of people that stated I had a great set. And even I think the same host and people that do that at that location notice they do stuff on the weekend. Like I said yesterday, or not, I don't know what time y'all are at in time zone, but I went to hang out at one of my favorite plant-based place called Cafe Culture, and I got to saw a DM. They were having an event, like a late night comedy, like 10 to 1 or 10 to 12. And then they had told me, like, come through. Like, I guess to just come through so I can just jump on the mic. And I'm like, oh, by the time I get to y'all, I'm nowhere near y'all. Because that was like in like Eastern, some part, East Decatur or something like that. I don't know.
Someplace.
But that made me look at it like, yeah, they like this one a little queer. Because she just told me to come through on some other little mic. And I'm not even on there and booked. Come through. Okay, what y'all gonna give me? But okay. So that was a plus. That's a good feedback since new face on the scene.
Yes, new face on the scene.
Thanks for asking.
No problem. Yes. So if you guys listen to the podcast, all different places, and you just happen to be in Atlanta at a certain time, or you just happen to stumble across IG or something, and you just look up, Tiffitooltime or something like that. Check it out, So yeah,
me. I'm all out in these streets. I'm a hoe in these streets, hoeing on the mic. I'm not the other hoeing that y'all thinking about. And I will be at your local location as well. Tell your people to book me. I'm available.
And available out of the state too. Yep. Got some more money. Otherwise, get some big bucks.
Big bucks, it. I had our great aunt then told me, she was like, oh, I'm so proud of you. If you come when you come to it, I'll be there. I said, way to manifest that so I can be in Indianapolis to come doing this. I sure will. So speaking of me, that was my little time. What you been up to?
Okay, so last week or so, since missing a week, I went to Vegas.
Yes.
So Vegas was pretty fun. So yeah, I was there for about 4 days, 3 nights. I was at the hotel, if you guys know, at Vegas. It's called the Virgin Hotels by Hilton, which is a pretty nice hotel. You can do a lot of things, and it's pretty fun. I did not expect. So I didn't expect the room to be as big as I thought. Because when I was thinking about going to Vegas, I'm thinking this would be like a regular bad room, or not even a bad room, a room just seeing a standard room when you go to hotels.
Okay.
That you just think of. No, it wasn't. When I came in, it was pretty nice and decent. It was like all red accents of like the furniture, or like the kind of looking, or how they had it. And basically it was like they had a vanity, so when I do my makeup and stuff, I had a little spot to do it. Ooh. Which was nice. They had like the mirror to open. They had little lights that you could put the switch to turn it on. Then you could have your little plug-ins for your phone to charge it on the vanity too.
And then nice.
I was like, okay, that's a fancy. And then of course, once you in the closet, they had like those sensors where the light will turn on. And then I'm like, oh, just walk past, the light turn on. And I'm like, ooh, nice. And of course, with like the lights, they had about, I want to say 15, or maybe not 15, but about 7 or 10 spaces of different switches for the lights. Where in the beginning, you could do like the master to turn everything on. Then, or you could just do like the makeup room area lights. Then when you go to the bathroom, you got 2 different switches. All the lights in the vents turn on, or just the mirror lights, or just the lights of the bath, or like the shower area lights. Then you go into the bedroom area. You got your bedroom light, little lamp. Then they had one like a reading lamp that you could turn that switch on. Then they had like the floor lamp. And then where the couch was at, they had a lamp for that button too. So I was like, okay, too many buttons. I was like, okay, I'm just pressing all these buttons. I'm like, okay. I'm like, which one's the best for me to keep pressing the button?
All them buttons didn't come with a manual.
No, I'm like, okay, what's this button do? And so I'm just picking all these buttons. And then, which the TV was pretty cool too, because the guess is how they have it for the guests, I guess, when they leave, they forget it, that the TV turns off automatically. Because I had some times where I left the TV on when I went out, and I came back, and I know I didn't turn the TV off when I came back.
Also, they have the auto, the new little smart TV thing. So they will, they'll like one, and it will like turn off. Yep.
And so, and then of course they had the remote. You know how you had sometimes your phones, a little pad to charge the remote. They had a little for that to charge it too. I like, of course, they had like the Apple TV or the Chrome TV that was a smart one.
Yeah,
that you could do it.
The very smart AI TVs.
So I was like, oh, look at that. So that's nice. So that was the room of Vegas. But that
was the way the type of room is. I want to go and get that damn room just because the way you talking about. I need that room right now. It got lights in different locations depending on what you're doing. You want to do it like here? Stay in this area.
Truly, that's what it was.
Right.
But basically, overall, it was cool. So I came on Thursday.
Okay.
So Thursday, got there around late 8-ish that time. And then I just tried to go to the local main gay bar that's down there called Piranha. So I went there, just check it out because I was gonna go there on Friday and Saturday.
Okay.
So I went there on Thursday. It was cool vibe how they had the setup. Of course, Thursday's pretty dead compared to the weekends, like every other bar usually. But they have like the main area where well, actually, they have 3 different areas depending on the days. So, like, they have the main area where you walk in, they play regular music. Then you go to the right side where, like, you go that way towards it, and like the back area where they have like a different dance floor for like the different drag queens or go-go boys dancing.
Okay.
And they play almost the same kind of music as well as the top one, as the main one. And then you go to the back way, and that's where they play the Latin music for the Latin people. Okay. And so they have like 3 different areas really. So you could go to different places to different music. And so so it's pretty fun. I'm like, oh, look at there. But Thursday was pretty cool. And then of course on Fridays and the Saturdays, that's when it was like really busy. Really wild. Really went there to that just to see the drag race airing on Friday.
The RuPaul Drag Race?
Yes. Okay. So they were doing like the watch party, like all drag everywhere they do. So I just went just because they had it, and then I decided to do that because they had 3 drag race people from there. Chanel, Mirage, Yaya, Sophia, and then Alexis Mateo. Those were the 3 people who were hosting that weekend because that weekend there was their 19th anniversary for Piranha / Gypsy bar. Oh. So it's been 19 years since they've been hosting or doing their business.
That's big thing. That's big thing.
I know. So it was pretty cool. Okay. It was pretty cool. And so, of course, me dancing, had fun, had random people because people didn't realize that I go by myself to places. And they always ask, where's your friend? I'm like, I'm by myself. They're like, really? I wish I could do that. Well, yes. That's why then I can know when I can go home by myself. And then I don't have to be by other people. I could go by myself.
I'm here by myself, but I have people that's still around me. But I'm not gonna let you know who it is, what it is. But I'm here by myself, basically. Yes.
I always make some type of friends because of dancing and why. I always can make friends with dancing.
Because I'm about to ask you. Let's get to the tea. I know that you was over there getting your dance on. Not only that, when you notice we said in the first episode, those who do not, we love to dance. So I know you was giving them work.
Yes, when I say
back on the floors.
When I say each day I went out, I was dancing like hard as I don't know what. For the 3 days, I was dancing. The Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Like what RuPaul
I was
said, you was on the way you was dancing like you was on elimination.
I was dancing for my life. Exactly.
Dance was like if it was your life.
I was for real. I was dancing like nobody's business.
It's Paul. Thank you. Also, I mean, more and more people up there because Hertz was on his favorite part. You can see it comes up.
So yeah, I was just dancing my life away, and I was just swinging my little braids hairs back and forth. I was just no wonder why I came back home. My body was just aching. It was aching when I was there too, but still, it was just I was like, okay, whew, okay, I'm doing too much. But
the jump in the air, fall back, bam.
Okay, I didn't do all that now.
I'm saying, but I know it's dancing.
Oh yeah,
the way you saying your back was.
It was equivalent. It was equivalent.
3 straight nights dancing hard.
It was equivalent like
for
that.
like hours. I get it.
Yes, it was. But luckily, I met some people who I kind of danced with, and then of course we exchanged Instagrams and whatnot. Whenever they visit Georgia or something like that, it's cool. And I feel it's weird. I found somebody who lived in Georgia too, but lived in Marietta, and I was like, he was from Georgia. Oh, look, Atlanta, Georgia people. Oh, wait a minute. That's so hilarious. That was funny too. I was like, but it's weird because I was asking people when I see them. I'm like, so are you visiting or are you from here? Majority of the time, or half the time, I said that people live there, and then the other half said they're visiting. I'm like, okay, cool. But a lot of people ask me beforehand, like, do you live here? I'm like, no, I'm visiting. I know. So I had to ask people too, but that was a cool time. And then of course, I didn't realize until I was in Vegas, and I realized I didn't go see the RuPaul Drag Race live, but I forgot that the drag queens who work there, like during the week, they stay there just for the RuPaul live because they're the residency, so they had to like stay there, and so that's where I met other 2 people who I didn't realize were on the flyer that showed up. Where of course they showed up, of course not in drag, but I know them because I didn't realize that after the fact. Oh yeah, they are part of the residency for RuPaul's Drag Race Live, so of course they'll be here, and they'll come out. So I saw like two new people. I'm like, oh, look at that. Of course, I said hi.
That is hilarious.
Oh, hey, how's it going? And stuff like that. But that was my trip, dancing. See if I remember anything else.
Seemed like you had fun time. I mean, did you have time to go to the pool or any pool time?
Thank you. You just reminded me because I was about to forget. Yes, I did. I did. But that was on the Sunday.
Okay.
And I went to I think it's every other Sunday, something for Vegas, but it's called Temptation Sundays, and it's hosted at the Luxor, and it was pretty good. It was pretty cool. They had like regular DJs playing at that. Of course, I have the Go-Go Boys as well dancing at the pool party, the stumps, and just everybody's welcome there. Whoever had this, like the little strips, the different people, swimsuits and all that stuff in the water, doing all that good stuff. Expensive as hell, and I did not buy no drink because a drink for $18 for one. Nope. I was like, nope. Lucky for my friend bought High Noon, and that was about $16. I was like, oh no.
That's just too much.
But they kind of snuck in the liquor.
That's what I'm about to say. Like, can you sneak in the liquor?
They did it. They did it with their backpack. No, they were really looking for it. Really,
right?
He had it in the little flask, but they didn't really look in the backpack. Either way, sure. They just want to make sure you don't have nothing like really like a big or something like that.
Right?
But he sneaked it in because I was like, see, for the hot no.
See, that's things. Yeah, I'm glad I don't drink. I used been a long time from it. Been clear for that shit because the prices just be pricing. It just don't make no dang on sense.
Yeah, and especially. Well, I didn't realize. Oh, it is Vegas. It is at the Luxor. Exactly.
Luxor. What do you?
It was funny because we were going into the place. It's like we were walking past. It's weird because they kind of separated of how it goes with all the straight people, and the kids are like on the other side of the pool. The pool, we got all the gay guys, and and we have the DJ, so they're listening to our music playing because it's right by each other, like
Right.
And so I'm like, oh yeah, all the gay people and they're like, or like friends or allies are on this side, and all the straights and kids on the other side of the pool.
That is hilarious.
Looking all boring.
That's the saying. Looking all boring because you know you love this life. We're full of energy. We like to
Because
live.
it did seem like all like regular pool when you go to the resorts. Boring.
Yes, just boring. And see, y'all had the DJ playing the tune. Y'all have
remixing the stuff, all the stuff. Yeah.
See, that's fun time. That's fun time. That sounds fun.
Yeah, I had a good blast. Yep. So now gotta save for my next trip.
That's what I'm saying.
So my next trip that's coming up in probably some few months.
Hey, save up for the next trip because I was about to say I was asking if you could put me in the book bag.
Next trip, New York. I'll see you in a few months.
Or something like put me in a suitcase. At the time, I wish I could have went with you, but I can't fit in the suitcase.
And now with the plane that I did, you can definitely do it because I only had one carry on,
right,
so I did Flew Frontier, so you definitely can't figure that.
And we ain't knocking nothing because they be on the point. I don't give a hear what y'all say.
I never saw no plane from Frontier. Nothing crashing.
No, tier is good.
So
in front for the tier. You got to do what you got to do. As long as I get to and from my destination, I don't care what it is. I don't need no judgment. Y'all be too busy trying to show who. No, I'm just only flying Delta, American Airlines. Fuck that. I'm going to be on whoever is safe and cheap.
And that's Frontier.
Frontier.
Okay. That's right. That's right.
That's right. That's right. That's what we say. That's right. That's right. That's right.
And then that reminds me, because I know I'm kind of sort of with the know-it-all of sports wise. Of course, when I listen to my news channels, they're in sports too. So I've been hearing it for like the past week of the different brackets and the different finals and whatnot. I just kind of listen. It go one ear and out the other. Really, for me, I'm like, oh, okay, that's nice. That's nice. I'm like, oh, I know my sister's probably watching it. So yeah, so look, this is her domain.
Right. Oh, my domain. Yes, it is. It is my domain. I love sports, but I don't play with no balls. Those are the only balls I told you I play with is the sports balls. You know, that being said, yes. So speaking of that, NBA, they're in their like semifinals for their conference. So the Eastern Conference has already been done. And they're going to be finals. It will be the Indiana Pacers and then the New York Knicks, which I'm like, woo, for the Knicks, for Jalen, because you know how we know, kudos for Jay Brunson, him and his whole fam.
Yes.
So we got to go for the...
So they're going to the
Eastern Finals. So they got to play against the Indiana Pacers. So I'm rooting for the Knicks to win so the Knicks can be in the finals and get to the finals for the championship. Now, who's playing, I believe, to determine Minnesota's, they've been waiting. Minnesota beat out Golden State. Yeah. Which they stated to Ant-Man. He's from Georgia. But like he mentioned, it wouldn't have been the same if Steph Curry was cooking because, you know, I guess he got injured. And unfortunately, Boston, that's what happened with Jason Tatum. He tore his Achilles like game 4, I think, when they were playing against the Knicks.
Yes, I heard about
probably
that.
Different too, but I still think Knicks would have won that series. But who's going to be waiting to play against Minnesota? We have I remember Nuggets versus Denver. But I'm saying Denver Nuggets versus Denver. No. So it is Denver Nuggets. If y'all know, they had won prior before, and they have the Joker, the big tall guy, but they're playing against the Thunder, Oklahoma Thunder.
Oh, okay.
So Denver Nuggets is playing against Oklahoma Thunder. They're tied series 3-3. So I think, you know, the best out of 7 when it comes to NBA.
Yeah.
So then whoever wins that series, that's who they play against the Minnesota Timberwolves for the Western Conference, because it's always 2 different conferences. But the NBA, they have not been as much viewership this year. Their viewership has been going down the past years. Because to be honest, they let them travel. They let them take 8 steps. They carry the ball like they have luggages and everything. It gets too phony. Like, I guess people really want to see authentic basketball. So what I think they noticed, once they notice their numbers is going down, then all of them start fake fighting. Now their numbers, big people want to start watching. Everybody like drama. And I mean, when I'm saying fake fighting, they just be holding each other and what are y'all hugging each other for? And y'all ain't swinging. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all ain't going no duck, swing. Y'all just testosterone, just, man, y'all hugging each other, and y'all probably like it, to be honest. Because a lot of y'all, we know, in the closet. Just be honest. Y'all be hugging for real. Like, come on, come to my room later on. Okay. No, but okay, I'm just saying. But that's who it is. So my prediction, possibly, I don't know. It's all about money, to be honest. It's all scripted. I never understood how you can be up by 20 points when only 2 minutes left, and then the other team win by 10. Like, make it make sense. So that's what's going on. But the plus side, notifies WNBA. They started their season. I think yesterday was their first season. New York Liberty played against Aces because New York Liberty was the last. They won the championship. Aces, they lost, but they were on New York Liberty's home court. And there's been a lot of trades, which is good for the WNBA. So a lot of these teams are looking better than what they normally would look. But I'm just all for Asia Wilson because she's the face of the W. And her shoes, the Asia ones, sold out less than 3 minutes. You have never seen that for any woman athlete to have their signature shoe. Not only that, yeah, she's black. I'm rooting for everything black because it is what it is. I root for everything black, but it is what it is. And I was ready to get them. They sold out. Like, I was so fucking pissed. I was ready for it. I look, have stuff to think in the cart or something. That shit sold out less than 3 minutes. Like, what the hell? All you resellers got in there, and now they resell them for like $500. I ain't not about to do that.
You should have been faster.
I should have been quicker than that. And then, of course, Chicago Sky versus Indiana Fever, and they played on the Fever, and they built a team around Clayton Clark. All those different players that they got from different teams who are vets and who are awesome players, they built her. And then Angel Reese, unfortunately, Chicago Sky's front office, they are horrible. And I'm saying this for a reason, because they don't get the right people. And I get it. Kennedy Carter was amazing in how she played. And she got really blackballed the moment that she shoved last year Clayton Clark, but they didn't see the play before, but I saw the play before because Clayton Clark, think about it, she cold, with a shooting all like this, but she's a dirty player. She's one of those that she hit somebody, throw and hide her hands, and then she whines all the time. She cusses people out. She cusses the freaking ball girls out. Like, y'all really pay attention to, they ain't gonna care because they finally got one. You know what I mean? Like, they finally got a great pink toes. And they just happy. It's like how, if you do the research, how I remember I looked at it and researched stuff like how they did Magic Johnson and Larry Bird in the NBA. They were college rivals, and Magic Johnson always won. Oh, okay. Magic Johnson played at Michigan State. Larry Bird played at Indiana State. So it's typical what this world is built on, America. Black versus white. It's always going to be that way. People always say, why you throw race in it? Because race is always going to be there, guys. Come on now. Y'all be the night. Why we always got to talk about race? Because when I walk outside and you walk outside, they look at me totally different than they look at you. Okay?
Yep.
So race is always going to be there, no matter what. No matter if you want to be cool, we love our allies, we do, but race is always going to be there. So they're doing the same thing with the WNBA, riding a coattail of race bait. And it's horrible because at the end of the day, it's basketball. But I have never seen so many adults and people hate so hard on a black woman athlete. Like, it's crazy. I never witnessed. It's sad that Chicago Sky page, they had to put the no bullying on their,
really?
Yes, on their social media. And if you do that or not, then they'll block you that because they're being harassed all the time. So the game yesterday, Clayton Clark did to me, they said a basketball play. It's a certain basketball play of a foul, but you did the extra on the extra. Now, if Angel Reese would have did that to her, she would have been, they already call her a thug. They call her all these different names. Don't hate the players, because they hate the game. Because she's the first ever sports person athlete on the cover of Vogue. I mean, it's obvious they can't stand our being a black queen. We don't. It is what it is. And I'm not taking anything from Caitlin Clark because she's like how Steph Curry brought to the game of shooting threes.
Yeah.
Period. But in the game of NBA, even though Steph Curry is who he is and he's amazing, did they put Steph Curry on the pedestal outside of any other talented NBA players? No. They still going to talk about LeBron James. They're still going to talk about Joker. They're still going to talk about Akumbo from Milwaukee. Like, you get what I mean? Like, they talk about everyone. They share the wealth.
Oh, yeah.
You put it to the WNBA side, no, it's just Clark. Do y'all not know Asia Wilson just had her 100th double-double? And then Bonner, who's now on the Indiana Fever. She scored yesterday and moved her up to the third highest scoring player ever. She came from Connecticut Suns. That's who now their coach is too, from Connecticut Suns at Indiana Fever, Stephanie White. So it's just like Caitlin Clark did a hard foul on Angel Reese, and then she pushed her. Now, it's certain ways that you say the way that they may replay it, and you're like, oh, you didn't see it. I watched it live. And then you hear the commentators that said too, oh, they need to look at that because that need to be upgraded. None really the commentators don't say that because they love her as well.
Okay.
So granted, but I get it. It's race bait. So now this second season, they about them again to do the race bait. Angel Reese, Clayton Clark. I think it's the most dumbest shit ever. You know why? They don't even play the same goddamn positions. How are you comparing a point guard to a forward? Make it make sense. But that's the thing that's going on with sports. And I know in college softball, they're into their World Series. And the young pitcher, Texas Tech, she's transferred. She cold. She just got in her bag. She's now one of the highest. She got an endorsement for an NIL deal. So nice. That's what's going on with that. But outside of that, if y'all need to tune in, follow WNBA and watch the games because they got game. And then they have a rookie from going to Seattle. She dunks. So it is what it is. Atlanta Dream, we're going to see what y'all going to do. I'm glad they kept Pow Pow because that's another thing I don't like. They'll do with WNBA, they only can have 11 or 12 players and they do draft. Get these girls all hyped up, young women all hyped up. They go to these places and then they cut them. And they don't even be in the WNBA because they only can have so many room. And they need to get these old washed up hoes out the way. I ain't knocking it. Like, I get it, but they need to make it make sense. Because how you gonna, like, I get all drafted, I'm on TV, this, that, the other, and then y'all, I'm no longer on your team. I can't even find a spot in the WNBA at all. So I gotta sit here and figure out what I'm gonna do outside of my degree. There ain't no jobs out here, so I don't know. But that's how I feel. That's my take for sports. Woohoo!
Yeah, it's nice. And just what to say for you guys, if you're listening this weekend, happy Memorial Day weekend. You probably will hear us again. Bye. We'll see about this. Will be early. This will be early for you guys to see what's happening. We'll see what you guys are doing. I'm doing basically nothing, most likely. We'll see.
Right,
I don't know yet. Most likely, you'll see or you'll hear about it on the next time on the podcast. Right. We'll see if I do something.
Right, but I'm going to see Final Destination 50-100 because they keep making it.
So yeah, you'll see. I guess you'll see our the updates about that movie and if I do something for this coming up weekend.
It's just so fast. Like, so I didn't know Memorial Weekend was this week. I swear it was like in 2 weeks. Like, damn, I want my 24 hours back. Because I don't know. I need to find a person because 24 hours is no longer here.
That is true. So, guys, yes, like we said, we'll keep you updated on those things for the next time on the podcast. And once again, if you want to follow me, Hertis, you could go on my Instagram, which is Hertis13. That's where you're going to be finding me. That's where you're going to find me at, just Instagram. Just so y'all know. Hey, where can they find you at?
Yes, you can find me on IG, TikTok, my YouTube channel, and that is Tiffitooltime. And for y'all that don't know, I don't spell my name like the regular people. It's Tiffi, okay? Tool, Tool, and time, Time. Because people be like, what? Tiffy, tool, time. Yes, I got all the tools. Find me.
And she got the time.
There we go.
Look, don't play. Okay. Don't play. So, see you guys.
Doing
me.
So I don't read you. Love y'all.
I still got up.
It's doing this thing. I gotta hold my pee. I like that. You did a good segment of your trip and breaking it down like somebody can visualize doing what they're doing. Then with sports. And I just didn't want to focus on, but those are the main ones that's going on right now. Those WNBA, NBA, softball.